It's a shame to interrupt this music by talking because the best part of Robocop on the Game Boy is the music. You could sample this stuff and rap over it, letting your rhymes flow with robotic-like Nah, I can't do that.
Your move, creep.
Bitches leave, it's Robocop on the Game Boy. From 1990, a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up where you play as everyone's favorite cyborg policeman, Robocop. Murphy, it's you. I consider Robocop to be one of the greatest films in human history, right up there with The Empire Strikes Back, Army of Darkness, Blade Runner, Predator, and Aliens. It's infinitely watchable, funny, well-written, well-made, well-acted, and it's Robocop. I tried to shoot through her dress in this scene, it didn't work. Robocop the video game debuted in the arcades and has appeared on numerous game consoles in different forms, like the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's never really captured the sheer awesomeness of Robocop, because what really makes Robocop memorable, in addition to all of the action and the look of Robocop and the art design, is the writing, which is simply lost in the games. Robocop was the most quotable movie with the best one-liners since Star Wars. So, all that being said, Robocop, the video game in any form, is just another side-scrolling run-and-gun shooter, with Robocop and other cool characters like Ed 209. It's okay, because it's Robocop, but when you get down to it, it's just a whole lot of memorization, and this Game Boy version is just straight memorization. Every time you play it, the enemies are in the same windows, they run at you at the same time. Sure, it's cool and it has amazing music, but it's just memorization. So in the end, it's really not that great of a game, but it's still pretty cool because it's Robocop and the music is awesome. I'm playing Robocop during this review with the Game Boy Advance SP. As you can see, it looks really good. And it's easy to make out Robocop and all of the bad guys. Not make out with Robocop, but identify Robocop. Big difference. Does he ever get a girlfriend? I forget the sequels. He should have totally ended up with Bride of Pinbot. Actually, I stopped watching the sequels after, 20 minutes into number 2. That was enough. It's debatable whether or not Robocop 2 is worse than Highlander 2, though. Talk about two disappointing sequels, damn. This is Robocop, the Game Boy version, being played on the GameCube Game Boy adapter, which delivers a softer visual presentation but far better audio to enjoy the incredible music in this game. What makes Robocop challenging is that he's slow and very limited in his range of movements. You can't jump in the air and readjust your fire, which would really help when shooting those guys hanging out of the windows. I mean, what the hell? He can see through walls. Why can't you just shoot them beforehand? Doesn't make sense. You can't kneel and change directions at the same time, so you've really got to plan ahead, which is easy to do if you play the game 1,000 times because you just memorize it, but it's Robocop and it's got great music, so why not? You don't have extra lives, per se, you've just got a power bar, and when it depletes and you lose the game, you can continue. There's pseudo-end boss scenes that recreate parts of the movie after each level. And occasionally you'll pick up a health power-up or weapon power-up. Note that everything is on sale in the background. I'd buy that for $1. I could use a new microwave. Man, how about that SUX 9000? How come they never made a driving game with that thing? You'd run out of gas before the first checkpoint, so it would be like driving an SUV. Robocop the video game on the Game Boy is mediocre at best, but with amazing music and the Robocop cool factor, which accounts for a lot of coolness, let's be honest. Robocop is pretty awesome. And this game is really cheap and easy to find these days. If you're a Robocop fan or enjoy a predictable, sluggish side-scroller on your Game Boy, you might want to check this one out, but real Robocop fans would be better off spending their time watching Robocop for the 5,000th time, reciting every line in the movie along with the movie, because that's so much fun. How do you recite the sound when he stabs Clarence in the neck with that thing? Yeah, that's the one. And don't forget the blood squirting afterwards. Classic.